So obviously this is all the engineer's side and all of his controls.
Yeah.
Throttle up here. This is the train brake. This is the engine brake. This is your reverser. Forward makes it go forward. Backward makes it go backward. In simplistic terms. Bell, Sanders. The bottom one's called a mountain brake, which basically just cuts out the driver brakes, so you can still use the braking force on the tender without applying the brakes on the driver, so you don't overheat the tires. So you have multitude of gauges up here. Obviously right here is your steam pressure, so we're just below 250 right now. And then this is an airflow gauge, which tells you what's happening in the brake pipe when you're applying or releasing brakes. Then you have various air gauges up here for different things, and steam chest pressure for the cylinders. This is a stoker fired engine, so we don't hand fire it. Pretty much the only time we use a shovel is in the morning to get the fire going, and at night to put a bank in it at the end of the night. So right now there's not a whole lot going on in there. That's a bank. So we'll soon start shaking this down and spreading that out to get the fire going.
That's a big firebox.
It's 120 square feet. So it's the size of most people's spare bedrooms. So if you see on right inside here, there's a table. So as you turn the stoker on, the stoker forces coal up onto that table. And then there's jets that are controlled. So this one controls the speed of the stoker, how much coal you're feeding in, and this one controls the force of the jets. So the coal drops onto the table and the jets disperse the coal throughout the firebox. So you have duplicate gauges over here, not all the gauges that the engineer have, but you do have steam pressure. This is for your stoker. There's actually two needles in there. You can only see the one at the moment. And then feed water pump pressure. Every locomotive has two ways to put water in the boiler. So on this side we have a feed water pump. The second lever over here is an injector. So we can put it in either with the feed water pump or the injector. You have your water glasses. Every locomotive is required to have two of them for two means of determining the water level in the boiler. So just everything's hot up here, so be careful. But if you want to peek your head around one of those, you can see where the water is in the boiler. And of course, as the engine's moving, that'll bob up and down.
Is it supposed to bounce now? Because I see it bouncing a little bit. Does that mean there's about to be a boiler explosion?
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's just bubbling a little bit because it's boiling.
Okay. Probably because it's just by the fire.
All of this stuff down here, these are the jets that I was talking about that disperse. So this is how you set each one of these jets. You can adjust those to disperse the coal. Underneath here, these are how you shake the grates for the fire, so you can clean the fire. Gotcha. So, any questions?
Regulating the air to the fire, do you have to do that?
No. No, the only thing that we do as far as air is concerned is when we're sitting still, this lever here is for a blower. So it creates an artificial draft because since the engine's not working, there's no exhaust going up to create a draft. So when you're sitting still, this will take the place of the working. But when you're working, the exhaust creates its own draft. So, all right, guys. Hey, thanks.
All right.
Just go down, back.